friends, how are you all? This is Tiara Dhar welcoming you back to my channel, which is all about life but nothing in particular. Well, so it's the last weekend of the year 2019. So we are just on the threshold of a brand new year, right? So this year, I'm sure, has been a year of accomplishments for some of you, year of struggles and overcoming a lot of them for most others. Some of your dreams or your goals are yet to be accomplished completely perhaps, but then this is the time when we can actually reflect. Well, I do a lot of self-reflection and introspection. So this is actually the time when we can reflect on the year gone by and we can actually plan for the coming year, right? So how many of you are actually believers of making resolutions? Well, to be very honest, there was a time when I was never interested in making resolutions. So it was only, like, say, 2 to 3 years back when I realized that I wanted to make a change in my life, right? And that was the time when I actually started thinking towards the direction of making New Year resolutions. And not just New Year resolutions, what I felt from my life was every month there used to be something for me to think about. And perhaps this is the way of the thinking that I had adopted that actually opened the paths for my own self-discovery and self-development to actually start and flourish in a way it was the best for me, right? So I am here for helping you all so that you can understand how you can actually make your resolutions work for you. Because there are so many times when I have heard people say that New Year resolutions are all, um, bogus and they don't really mean a thing and they are meant to be broken. So be honest, let's be honest with ourselves. How many of us have actually made New Year resolutions, but say towards the end of the week 1 of the new year, or week 2, or maybe week 3, or maybe 2 months after the new year is over, we suddenly have this feeling that things are not working out and New Year resolutions are just, they just go down the drains, right? So, well, there are also some of us who do not really believe in making New Year resolutions and they just want to take life as they come and then they make their choices accordingly, which is absolutely fine, right? So you can just go ahead with your life the way you are. It's awesome, to be around people like who don't really make New Year resolutions per se, but you do have certain goals in mind and you have a path set out for yourself. My video today is all about understanding, for those people rather who really want to make New Year resolutions, understand that they need to make New Year resolutions. However, for some reason or the other, the New Year resolutions are not fulfilled or the New Year resolutions don't work for them. So, well, friends, let me be very blunt out here. New Year resolutions or any goals that you set for yourself, they always work for you. They always work for you. There's nothing like no resolutions or goals don't work for me. Everything that you set for yourself will work for you only if you do, right? You must have to be someone who is going to have his or her goals achieved. So if you don't move forward, you will never reach towards your goal, right? So most of the New Year resolutions fail during the first 2 months of the new year just because of 3 reasons, right? So what I will do is I will not tell you the in a way so that it makes you feel that okay, these are the reasons that I am not being able to follow my New Year resolution. How I want to project this particular video as is how you can actually make these New Year resolutions work for you. How are the reasons going to work for you, so that you can have those reasons applied in your as you go ahead and make your New Year resolutions, right? So here is it. So here is what I want to share with you. So there are three things basically which we need to really take care of even before we go ahead and make our New Year resolutions, right? First and foremost thing is, so see, I have these three C's, okay? So the first C is clarity, right? So you need to be very clear about what you really want, right? Some of us have long-term goals for life, and some of us have short-term ones, right? So a New Year goal is specifically something when you really want to, make a positive change in your life. In fact, any goal or any resolution, why do we make New Year resolutions? Those are simply because we want to make a certain positive change in our life, right? So if we want to make a positive change in our life, first we'll have to be very clear about what is the change that we want to make in our life. So for that, we will need the clarity. So what happens is, the moment, it is the last week of the previous year, we come across so many people, our friends, our peers, our, the people who we interact with, and, people are like, hey, what's your New Year resolution? What's your New Year resolution? Okay, this time you're going to start playing golf. Okay, that was your last year's resolution. You could not do that. So I don't believe that you'll be able to do that now. So whatever, whatever we are listening from outside, so those kind of influence what we want. Those kind of influence our own thoughts, right? So first, let's be very clear on this, that we will have to first understand the reason why we want to make a certain New Year resolution or resolutions, right? So first and foremost thing is clarity. When you know what is the reason for your pursuing a particular goal, I'm telling you, this is going to be a cakewalk for you to actually go ahead and work towards achieving your goals, right? If you don't have the clarity in the reason why you want your New Year resolution, then obviously you will, what is your motivation? What is that inspiration that is actually going to, push you forward? And we are, humans, the first and foremost thing which comes to our mind is that we want to, avoid pain, right? That's the natural tendency. So if we really have to achieve for something, and if it involves, usually it does involve work, so that's the time when we unconsciously we tend to fall back, right? And that is the time when a solid reason that you are having a clarity about, only that particular clarity of reason why you want a particular New Year goal to work for you, that only then that is going to help you. And it doesn't matter what other people are telling about your goals and why you want to accomplish this particular goal. External influences don't matter. Let people say what they have to say. It's their own perception. Respect them and move ahead with your own set of clarity, your own set of reasons why you want to fulfill a particular goal, right? So this is number one. Second is the courage. Once you have the clarity and you know what is going to be your New Year resolution, you must kind of manifest within yourself that courage that it is required to pursue that particular goal. Courage, why I'm saying, because we all go outside in the world and interact with a lot of people. So the moment we have people who are watching us, or with whom we are going to tell that, okay, this is my particular goal for this year, there is a tendency that people tend to judge us in their own way, right? So that is the moment when we actually fall back for three things. One is shame, one is fear, one is guilt, right? So shame, fear and guilt, overcoming these three are the most important steps, and for overcoming these three you will need courage, right? So when you have that courage, then rest assured your path just clears for you, because you know what you have to do, right? And when you have the courage, you will definitely go walk, be fearless in walking that particular steps along the path that you need to take in pursuing your goal and accomplishing that, right? So yes, number 2 is courage, and number 3 is commitment. Yeah, so commitment, consistency is so important, and when we actually start pursuing a particular goal in mind, pursuing set of actions which we want to when we want to achieve a particular outcome, um, that consistency actually gives us another set of a new momentum, rather a fresh lease of energy, you can say, right? So it's very important that we build up that consistency within ourselves, so that will help us push through whatever obstacles or hurdles we come across in the course of uh, our journey towards our destination, right? So yes, for me, for example, like I had to really first become clear of what I really wanted in my life. I set out my goals. I set out the steps that I needed to actually go accomplish those goals in my life. And I'm telling you, clarity always, it has taken time for me. Perhaps it might not take that much time for you. If that's the case, then wow, I mean, that's amazing. But clarity is very important in life, and usually that takes a maximum time, because there are a lot of doubts and a lot of questions and decision makings and choices that you need to kind of make for yourself, right? So for me, it was clarity which was a bit of an issue, but once I had that, there was no looking back, right? Courage, fearlessness. Well, I'm a Scorpio, and I feel that's kind of inbuilt in us. Well, it's not just because I'm a Scorpio. Everybody has got that that intrinsic fearlessness within themselves, right? It's just a matter of how we can cultivate those qualities within us, and we can actually take action based on that. So for me, courage was easy. um, Once I had the clarity, it if you it's like basically first clarity, then courage, and then commitment. It will not be, it cannot be in, it has to be in that particular order. Okay, so courage. At first, I used to kind of bash myself up, saying that you don't have the courage to go for your dreams, you can't do it, you can't make it, and all that. Look around you, there are so many courageous people. The only thing was that the only difference between them and me was they were clear about what they wanted, I wasn't clear, right? So yes, clarity first, then came courage. Third, last and not the least, consistency and commitment. So I really had to kind of look within myself as to why I was doing this, since I had the clarity. So I really had to kind of make myself a promise that this is something that I have to do for myself, right? I'm here to become the best version of myself, right? So for that, I had to first understand who I am, and get the clarity and get the courage, and then only then I could be consistent enough to go for my goals and make all my resolutions, whatever they were and whenever I was making them, come possible, right? So yes, commitment for me is it just had to be there, because once you actually know that you want to pursue a particular goal in life, and you're committed to that, and you know the reasons why you're doing that, then the commitment will come, right? So that's why I'm saying the order is very important. Clarity as to why you want a particular resolution to be part of your life, why do you want to work for it, the courage to be able to work for it, and then the commitment to push through yourself in spite of all difficulties that you might be having towards your destination, right? So, well, friends, this is what I really wanted to share with you. I really hope that you look back at the year gone by and have a real good, spend some time really, in introspecting as to what is it that is needing change in your life, right? And if there is something, please don't put it back. Please don't put it back, because Um, See, time waits for none, right? But then we also need to make some actions happen. We need to make actions, right? We need to take actions and make choices, right? Only then time is going to be helping us, right? So let's be conscious about our own desires, our own truths, how we really want to go about our lives. And I'm sure once that is done, all our goals and all our resolutions will be really purposeful, and we'll not just do things for the sake of doing them. We will spend more time doing the things that really matter for our own personal growth, and as well as inspiring others to go for their own personal growth as well, right? So it kind of creates a ripple effect in the society. When one person grows, along with that person, the entire society experiences growth. Whoever that person is interacting with, let that joy spread around, right? So this is the time, friends. Beginning, just we're on the threshold of a new year. Let's just sit, reflect, introspect, understand what we want from our life, get the clarity, uh, have the courage to fulfill our dreams, and promise ourselves that yes, this is what we are going to do, and that's the reason why we are committed to ourselves, that we are going to do this for ourselves, right? So thank you, friends, for listening to this. I would request you to subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video and resonated with it, please hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. Have a great year ahead. Thanks. Bye. Take care. Love you.